Hello everyone, welcome to the Mixed AFL Sports Show here. A show that is about the Australian Football League. Welcome aboard. I can't wait to share the 2026 AFL 26 season. It's going to be honoured. I will share not just, I'll briefly mention about the pre-season games, but it's all about the opening round and round one. Without a doubt, let's dive into it. So welcome aboard, and I'm honoured to share the opening round results and reviews with the share of each game. All 18 teams are you outside the 40 is back for 2026. All teams are playing round one. It's going to be honoured to be. It just feels really awesome, and well done to all the teams did play, well, actually all teams play in their pre-season games. It doesn't matter to win or lose. It's just see how it feels so good to be on your community oval and just play some AFL football. It's great. Get to know the new rules, and we'll share that later in the season about my thoughts about the new ruck rule and making the last possession. I think, yeah, I'll share that another time on another episode, but now if it's enough, let's dive into it. So, our opening round, here we are. The reviews and my thoughts of these games. To start off, just drive. We are back, and Sydney Swans have some great talent. The former Carlton forward, Charlie Cruz. Wow, my goodness, a fella that it changed his performance against a team that, he might have, he may not feel comfortable, but now he feels confident. He's playing his football at a football club that has more opportunities. With Carlton, good efforts. They haven't really missed too much, but they got not a rebuilding team that passed that part, in my opinion. That I really think that Carlton looking a bit better. Hopefully this season they'll go one step slightly closer more close to the wild card. Sydney are going to be a team to beat. They are looking very good at home. They look really good coming into this game with new recruits. Their midfield, I think Den Cox has got a very good chance of playing a top four finish. But Carlton heads up always next week. Sydney, congratulations. And let's get into the next game. Next game is Gold Coast Suns and Geelong Cats. Now, this game, my goodness, great to have Friday night and on the Gold Coast at People's First Stadium. My goodness, Gold Coast had the skills. I really didn't see a Geelong Cats bring. Yes, they did not have all their best players, but it happens with age and stuff like that. So if they need to bring some young players coming in, it's the right time to do. They will learn this game, Geelong. Gold Coast are going to be a top four side 2026. Damien Hardwork, well done on the win. Geelong, not sexy football. That, yes, second team is Geelong. Why sexy football? Win or lose, don't really mind. Adelaide Crows, of course, they are my first team. We'll share that in the round one. But I really think that I really am pumped to see the Gold Coast Suns playing some great football. They are going to be the team to beat, especially on the Gold Coast for the second year in a row, and as well on the road. With Geelong, I really think they will bounce back at home, surely against a improved Fremantle Dockers. All right, enough. Let's get into the next game. All right. There's a lot of expectation that, I went with Hawthorn with this game, and I thought they had better confidence, but they just look really, where are Hawthorn's talents going to be season 2026? GWS Giants, they're on another level. They won, and they want it more. Now, 14 that they struggled in opening round, but they got their wish and they get the 4 points. That's great for opening round. But can they play 4 quarters of football all year, GWS Giants? That's a matter on a living subject, or even genuinely unsure. Hawthorn, it's just where you can't just rely on your experienced Jack Gunston to do kicking 100 goals for the season. Like, that's a lot of goals, but for a key forward, I think they're missing that Hawthorn, and I think injuries like the real day midfield gun speed, they're missing that, and they've got players can replace that, and I know they'll do really well. Well done to the Giants with the win. Now we come to the game. I think it is definitely the game of the round. The Western Bulldogs went and beat the reigning premiers back to back. Yes, it's at the Gala. Not easy road win. They want it more, the Dogs, and they got it. Brisbane just got some struggling with some key players out, and it happens when you are a good quality side. Have that respect. But the Bulldogs, the Western Bulldogs, came and really put on a great show. I really think that Brisbane will learn this and they'll bounce back. They go to Sydney. They are going to be tested. This is where Brisbane are going to be challenged this year, in my opinion, to reach 3P. They want 3P. They have to earn it. They can't just show up. They know that. The fans know that. General fans, well, that's a different part of that. But the Western Bulldogs, they look really good. I have totally they are, can they go one step and play September football again? I believe so. They're looking really good. If they don't have injuries, look how. But well done, Brisbane. Heads up, not over. Good crowd in. But yeah, final game. This is the moment. This is very different. And the first time opening round in Melbourne, MCG, 90,000. The Saints and the Pies went head to head. Well done to Collingwood. Yes, things happened that St Kilda brought the pressure. They did not want Collingwood to really get these easy goals, and they had their moments, Collingwood, to do that. I am hoping that Saints will bounce back. They know they've got what I think the best off-season team in a lot of levels. Ruckman, more talented midfield, better attacking. I think they've done it perfectly, in my opinion, overall St Kilda. They are going to look really good. When they look good, St Kilda, look out. I think it's going to be not playing that, in my opinion. They will play finals, so I think in that 6th, 7th spot, or even 8th. So I really think St Kilda are looking a good development team in the future. With Collingwood, with the win, wasn't easy. I think they will challenge. Yes, they didn't have Darcy Moore. They didn't have their best defender for their team, and they got the job done. That's what happens. Smart teams do paired with what St Kilda are going to know. No one saw this coming. It was going to be a close game, in my opinion. I did tip St Kilda. So a team that took the risk, and I took the risk in a lot of ways, and this was obviously the game of the round to watch. The game of the round, I think, is the Lions and the Dogs. So they're my reviews. Thank you so much. And oh my goodness, let's dive in to the moment we've been waiting for, round 1, AFL Premiership season. All teams are playing. Here we go. So we are here. It's previews time. We're opening rounds done. We're done. All the other teams are not played, but this is the moment. The Richmond Tigers and the Carlton Blues. Thursday night football. My thoughts of this game. My goodness, I'm going to go for the Carlton Blues. They're going to do well. I'm tipping them by 15 points. It's going to be at 80,000, 85 in my opinion. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight. Carlton will be in the win, but Richmond will be in the Richmond style. Hopefully they'll be back, but in my opinion, this is a rebuild of success. Can Richmond goes one step slightly better up the ladder, not to play finals, obviously, just to really bring some talent. It's going to be a long road for a long season with the Richmond Tigers, but If Richmond can start really in the good pressure way, it's going to be a tight game. Carlton for me. Next game, Friday night footy. It's great to have Friday night at the MCG. Double back to back. And it's the Bombers and the Hawks. Hawthorn for me. I think they'll bounce back. Essendon, we don't know where they're going to be. If Essendon can stay in that contest, it'll be about a 25 point for the Hawks. I think they'll bounce back, even they have those injuries. We're struggling against the Giants, the Hawks. It's going to be a tight one. So Hawthorn for me. Next game we have the third Saturday afternoon for 2026. It's the Western Bulldogs and the GWS Giants. Both took a big win, but I'm backing up the Western Bulldogs. I'm not concerned about the Giants in any way. They don't have their Tom Green only in that midfield. Or Toby Green, which Green it was. I'm a bit confused with that. But overall, I think this will be another good contest, about a 30 point and under, 27 points to the Western Bulldogs. It could be under. Oh, God, I'm just backing up. I think Marvel saying the Dogs will really do really well. The next game is second. We're down at Geelong. We're at GM8 BA Stadium, which the Geelong Cats and Fremantle Dockers. My thoughts for this, I'm going to have to say Fremantle Dockers. I think after that not great win, a loss against the Gold Coast Suns, Geelong will bring some of the best guns back into the team, but I think Fremantle will have better. They had a really good preseason. I'm backing them, and I'm saying in a close one by 10 points. I think it'll be a good crowd, and I think it'll be a great game to watch. Next game, we have the first ever 2026. The second week, but back to back. We are in Sydney, the Swans and the Lions. This is always going to be a close one. But Sydney, it's for me. I think they're going to go one step better. It's great to have my thoughts for this game is both teams play well on their home grounds at the Gabba and at the SCG, which Sydney are hosting this game. I think it'll be a really close one, in my opinion, in a long way. 25 points Sydney Swans. Next game, the moment I'm in waiting for the share, it's Collingwood and Adelaide Crows. I'm backing Adelaide Crows by 7 points. Look, I'm not convinced that we may win this game, but I think we'll not have a great preseason in generally with injuries. But guess what? We don't have the Bacon. We don't have the, Dan Curtin. We don't have the Irish of Kane. I'll think of his name a little bit later down the track. But Mark King. So even with missing those great talent players, it doesn't mean anything. We do have players to fill that role, and we know how important this game. It'll be a close one. It'll be a tight one, but the LA Crows for me. Here we go. We're back on Sunday afternoon. Oh, boy, this is going to be interesting. Jason Horne-Farnes' first time in Melbourne to tag on his former club. And I think a lot of saying that Port Adelaide should win this game, but I'm unsure about North Melbourne. I will back up Port Adelaide just to be tipping the two South Australian teams to make this short. 20 points, tight game, and that's who I'm going for. Next game, second Sunday afternoon footy. Back at the MCG for the first time for the Demons and the Saints. Melbourne and St Kilda. I really think St Kilda, I'm backing them up once again. Unsure where Melbourne are. Yes, they don't have their best two midfields. They move on. They've gone one to the Giants and one gone to the Gold Coast. They're playing their style with their new clubs being that, not naming that. But I really think Melbourne, I think they had a right pre-season. Yes, against a team that, like Richmond Tigers, took a nice win there. But that's pre-season. And I think I'm backing up with the Saints by 40 points at the MCG. They will bounce back and they'll dominate well. The final game, not too much to say. West Round Run at People's First Stadium, PFS is what the short for the Gold Coast Suns and the West Coast Eagles. Well, we have run round in at Optus Stadium, but now the first time I think that both for the SA teams and the Western Australian teams do not host on at Optus Stadium or Adelaide Oval for round one. That's the first time I've ever seen that in a fixture. So Gold Coast Suns by 50 points. I'm not one to be so nasty on that, but West Coast has got to rebuild. They've got to find talent. They've got to find future players they ticked off. Have they got enough to get some good wins? And they won't be easy. I really think that Gold Coast are the team. They are a top 2 team. I think it's going to be a tight one. And yeah, so that's my thoughts and reviews. What do you think? Love to hear from you. Comments down below. All right, that's it. Well, that's it. And I can't believe we are done for the previews for overall. It's honoured to say that next week we'll share the reviews of round one and round two for previews. The same thing we did in this episode, we'll share. Aiden will join during the season as well. I thank you so much. Make sure you give this a like. Much appreciated. And all the AFL quizzes that I've been doing from the LA Crews to the Western Bulldogs, all of them there will be in the description down below, all the links. So much appreciated if you can make sure if you like the team you follow, there's a quiz for you right here on the BJ Show. All right, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Keep your eye out for more fun quizzes as well. Thank you. BJ Show's out. Catch up.